Dani Alves. Early chance for Juve and a smart save. It comes to Khedira.
Yeah, took a deflection. They're going to get a corner out of it. I think the goalkeeper has done very well to make the save. The only thing you could maybe say about Donnarumma here is that once Piazza gets it away, could he have pushed it wider? I think possibly, because he gave Khedira a chance by not.
Dybala. And the shot placed just wide.
Oh, Zapata just caught Dybala once he turned onto his left foot. And I just wonder if the official has missed it, or whether he's consulted with one of his assistants.
I think he's being asked to go across and see his assistant.
Yeah, it's just caught his kind of standing foot, Zapata, there. And could have been given. I mean, there's not much, and I don't think there's any intent from Zep.
Dybala to Dani Alves, and Higuain. And Juve have a precious lead just short of the half hour.
Well, he began it all, Benatia, with the run, and once it is flicked into him, and it's a lovely little ball to find him, he just kept going forward, Benatia, and thought, well, I'll chance my luck, see if I can find space. And in the end, once he controlled it, I mean, he had all the time in the world to basically put it where he wanted. And Donnarumma didn't have a chance as he smashed it into the back of the net. And having started it, he's done really, really well to go and finish it too. And overall, it's fully deserved. Onside when it's played to Benatia, and emphatic. It's time at Milan, and I just think he was maybe harshly treated then.
Worked rather well for him. I'd look at it in the longer term.
I don't think he'd be complaining, John, no.
Delafeu, Kosh, throughout this game.
Galliani never changes, but I think this has been key. You could maybe argue that his foot is in an offside position, not always easy for an assistant to be that sure about it, but I always felt that Delafeu and his pace on the break could be the difference, and Barzali just can't match him, he can't get there. And I must admit, again, we're seeing the composure from Bacca. Once he gets in a position like that, you don't worry about the flag, you find the back of the net and then ask the question. And this is beautifully done, the way he threads it through Buffon's legs. It's a cracking finish, and
Pjanic. Very savable height for Donnarumma.
Yeah, it was, and he didn't have to work too hard, in fairness, to actually get there.
Khedira. Piazza. And it's Khedira who forced it goalwards after Higuain had the initial effort.
He couldn't quite sort his feet out, and he couldn't sort his legs out quickly enough to be able to get enough power there. And I think it came off his heel more than...
Higuain. And Piazza. Khedira. Now it's Lichtsteiner. Dybala. Khedira. And Higuain. Corner.
Donnarumma, very sharp. I mean, that's the best that Khedira's hit so far tonight. And he's got this with real venom. And again, just look at him in the little pocket of space, and Milan didn't react quickly enough. And on the follow-up,
Campos. Sosa. Still in play with Lucas Ocampos.
If he gets the touch to take it wide at Buffon, Buffon would have had a decision to make. and we might have seen a penalty claim.
Polly.
Oh, what a waste. I mean, these are good opportunities all of a sudden. Juventus have gone sloppy, and he'll have something to say about that, Buffon, to his back four. This one is just horrendous from Benatia, and all he needs to do is get the touch. And the goalkeeper would have been
Samoah. That was a wild swipe, and it's a second yellow card for Sosa. There was always a likelihood, given the number of bookings in the
thing to do, not when you're on a yellow card. And Sosa was late. I mean, at least Paulie had the sense to kind of pull out of it and kind of hold his studs back. But
Pjanic. Bonucci. Auxiliary centre forward now. Higuain! That was the moment.
And quite a few in the stadium thought that it hit the back of the net because it hits the advertising boards and just comes back and kind of rattles the net. So they thought it had crept in.
Higuain, one more chance! Great save, Donnarumma. 18-year-old showed his worth. Now they appeal for handball, and a penalty's given.
Is maybe responsible for awarding it because he's got a much better view than the referee. Great save from Donnarumma. And as Milan try to get the numbers behind the ball, yes, it does come off the arm of De Sciglio. I think it's harsh. As you know, he's only a couple of yards away, Lichtsteiner, when he tries to fire it in, and it's one of those that tends to be given nowadays, but I don't think it is deliberate. And now Donnarumma can be a huge hero for Milan.
Well, earlier this season, Dybala took a penalty in Doha, and Donnarumma saved it in the Super Cup shootout. Now that rivalry is renewed. If he scores, it's 31 consecutive home league wins. It's an 11-point lead at the top of Serie A. Dybala scores with a perfectly placed penalty. Juve, the winning machine, have found a way.
I thought he was going to get a hand to it as well, Donnarumma. I thought he was going to repeat what he did earlier in the season. And the decision again, I mean, it's fired in and the arm is out. It's a really, really kind of tough call. Everybody will have an opinion on it. And just look at his reaction after it finds the back of the net. He thought he might get there, and he's devastated, Donnarumma. But Dybala has secured 3 massive points for the champions. And whatever about the decision that awarded this, John, they kept at it like all great sides do.
And that was the final